Try something with me right now. Predict your next thought. Seriously. Try wait for it. What will it be? A word? A memory? A random image? You can't know because something strange is happening inside your mind. Thoughts appear on their own, which raises a disturbing question. If you don't choose your thoughts, then who is really in control? Tonight we're going to explore one of the most uncomfortable ideas in spirituality and philosophy. The possibility that the sense of control you feel over your life may be an illusion. Most people believe they are the voice inside their head, the narrator, the internal commentary that constantly speaks. You should do this. That was embarrassing. What if this goes wrong? It feels like you... But look closer. Have you ever noticed that thoughts simply show up? You don't schedule them, you don't design them. They appear and disappear. Ancient teachings hinted at this thousands of years ago. In the Bhagavad Gita, the true self is described not as the mind, but as the silent witness behind the mind, meaning the real you might not be the thinker, but the observer of thinking. Let's try another experiment. Close your eyes for a moment. Notice the sounds around you. Now notice your breathing. Now notice the thoughts in your mind. Thoughts come and go like clouds, but something remains constant. There is an awareness noticing everything. The sounds, the breath, the thoughts. That awareness has been present your entire life. When you were a child, when you were a teenager. Right now, everything else changed. But the awareness remained. So why does it feel like we're in control? Because the mind constructs something. Psychologists often call the ego. The ego is essentially the story of who you think you are. Your name, your memories, your successes and failures. It creates the feeling of a central character running the show, but philosophers and mystics have questioned this for centuries. The ancient Hermetic teachings found in the Kybalion suggest that reality itself is deeply connected to consciousness, meaning what we call self may simply be a temporary interface between awareness and experience. But here's the important question. Why would the illusion of control exist at all? Because it serves a purpose. Imagine if you suddenly realize that your thoughts, emotions and reactions arise automatically. It could feel destabilizing. So the mind creates a story of control to keep life coherent. This narrative allows you to make plans, build relationships, function in society. In other words, the illusion of control might actually be a useful tool for survival. However, sometimes the illusion begins to crack. People often notice it during moments of deep meditation, extreme stress, or profound self-reflection. You suddenly realize thoughts are appearing on their own, emotions rise and fall like waves, and the sense of me controlling everything feels less solid. This realization has been described by philosophers, mystics and psychologists throughout history. Even modern psychology explored similar ideas through concepts like synchronicity, where meaningful events seem to unfold beyond conscious control. But here's the twist. Realizing the illusion of control doesn't mean life becomes meaningless. In fact, many people report the opposite. When you stop trying to control every thought and outcome, something surprising happens. You begin to observe life rather than constantly fight it. Decisions still happen, actions still happen. But they arise more naturally, less forced, less anxious. You begin to experience life as a flow rather than a battle. So here's the paradox. You may not control every thought that appears in your mind, but you can notice them, you can observe them. And that awareness changes everything. Because once you realize you are the observer, not the thoughts, you stop believing every story your mind tells. And that might be the beginning of real freedom. So I want to leave you with one final question. if you are not the voice in your head who is listening to it right now. Think about that tonight. And if this idea resonated with you, comment observer below. I'd love to hear your perspective. And subscribe if you want more explorations into consciousness, philosophy, and the hidden patterns of reality. Because the deeper you look into the mind, the stranger the universe begins to feel.